This is what boys are taught. This is what is expected of us from society. All right. What our society expects from men in respect to women. Number one, you treat her like she's your mom. If you would your mom, you don't say it to her. My mom curses like a sailor. Thank you very much. Now let's get serious. What are boys taught? It's never okay to hit a woman. No matter what she does or who she does it to, it is never okay to hit a woman. Never okay to hit a woman. Dear ladies, is that what you're taught about boys? I want to know honestly, is that what you're taught about boys? What we're taught about girls is that you keep them safe. You keep watch. And you keep your hands to yourself. We're taught that every girl is your sister. Your job is to make sure that your sister is safe, even if she's not your sister. What we're taught vocally versus what we're shown is different from individual to individual. Some people take what they were taught as an excuse for their harm. We say, oh, well, that's not okay when it's a male rapist. And I agree. I also agree that it's not okay even if it's a racist. Oh, that's what your granddaddy taught you? I don't accept that excuse. And here's why. Because raping somebody is always wrong, but it's a choice. Then so is racism. Just because you were taught growing up, and I don't know anybody who was taught this growing up. I do not know a single person who was taught that rape is okay. I know people like me who had to try to normalize with it. That is not the same thing. A lot of people want to tell me, oh, Sean, you just have to move past it. You just have to move on. You know what? Ignoring the issue is not the right way to do it. When you allow the predator to get away, they do it to the victim over and over again. What's more disgusting is that victims often go back to their predator. That's because their predator has ulterior motives that will keep them more connected. Sorry, I was gonna put my hands together in a, to say symbiotic. Your boyfriend might be a dick, but he's got a job and he can pay part of the bills. You've got a job, you can pay part of the bills. All sorts of dynamics like that can go into play, and we're not going to get into that. What us boys are taught is that if a woman is cold and hungry, we're supposed to feed them. We're supposed to feed them. Then we've also got the advice givers. See, the people who tell us don't feed them. The people who say, oh, well, you know what, if somebody's hungry, they're just taking advantage of you. Itchy. So we've got people who are constantly telling us what to do. And no matter what, we do it the wrong way, right? Like, even if we do what we're told. There was a guy here named Tom. The lady we came here with, she made all of our lives hell as soon as she got here. And she insisted that he needed this and he needed that. He got an air mattress. She made him take it back. He wanted to reserve some sense of pride by saying he he was taken back on his own accord. I'm like, man, I just heard that guy demasculated in the most horrible of ways. Isn't that a horrible way of saying it, too? That is a sexist way of saying it. But that's because it's very pointed. It's very pointedly at a male because he's a male. That tactic is used very specifically and primarily against males because of the gender thing. The bias that is inherent there. Like basically, a woman who is paranoid, she is allowed to be paranoid, and we are supposed to allow her to be paranoid. If we see that she's paranoid, we are supposed to make sure that we maintain a distance and don't make eye contact. You don't want to break the creature. It's scary when... Alright, so there was a guy in Walmart once, and he was walking down the aisles, and he was looking up the aisles, and what it looked like to me was he was looking for his wife, but he made eye contact with a woman that was fucking triggered by the fact that he made eye contact, and she started screaming at him and yelling at him and getting up in his face, and... God, poor dude. But it wasn't somebody that she knew. It was just a guy who was looking up the aisles. And you know what? I've done that. I've been like, shit. Alright, I showed here with my mom or my dad or showed up with, you're out shopping with your wives. I don't have a wife, so it's just people that I happen to go shopping with. And then I'm like, alright, which fucking aisle are they in now? Hey, I'll go get the milk and you go get the cereal and we'll meet at the front. And I go and stand at the front for 45 minutes and I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait. And I go back to the back of the store, check all the aisles and go back to the front of the store. And then there they are. Oh, Sean, I'm sorry, I was looking for you. Yeah, I was here for like 45 minutes. Did you get the milk? Yeah, I got the milk and I ran into somebody I hadn't seen in a long while. So, okay, that makes sense. Sometimes people do that. Sometimes you're in a hurry and the person you're with knows you're in a hurry, but the person they're talking to just won't shut up. And then you're like, all right, I've been here for an hour and 45 minutes. I've checked down all the aisles twice. Did this person walk home? I've texted 5 times and I've called twice. What is going on here? Did somebody have a heart attack in the bathroom or, and then you're getting worried. We're taught that we're supposed to worry too, and we're supposed to not worry about boys. Boys can take care of themselves. And, that seems to be something that's universal. A boy is supposed to do it himself, and that's why boys are ignored. We're taught that as boys, when a woman needs help, we're supposed to drop what we're doing right this moment. For us, when we have a woman friend like Lori or anyone else for that matter, when we're being harmed and we get a hold of our female friends or our male friends, the treatment we get is pretty universal. I can't because I'm female, or I can't because I got kids, or I can't because the cops are crooked, or I can't because I don't know nothing. I'm like, there's just a couple of stories that I told that really tie everything together, and you were a part of those stories. And just because you weren't listening or paying attention at that point in time doesn't mean that it's not relevant. You'll remember the conversation. You probably just don't remember it was Natalie Bollinger. A lot of times, like, all right, when I tell somebody something and I need help with it, I don't start off with telling somebody's full name and all that kind of stuff, because really, I don't want to be destroying somebody's life. I just want help getting this shit to stop. But if somebody doesn't allow me to tell them any useful information, we never get that far. They're too busy making excuses, telling me I need to love myself and 2 birds is worth 1 in the fucking shitter or some crap like that. Like what I did there. Like, no, that doesn't fix it. If you've got a broken leg, telling you to love yourself is not going to fix it. Going to a doctor and get it set is what's going to fix it. Now, there's also people who are not well heard, people who have no representation. There are no homeless members of Congress or the Senate. None. So, who's going to be more marginalized? The homeless account for such a small portion of the population. We spend literally hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars wasted to help the homeless without providing for the homeless a safe place for them to be. Everybody thinks that feeding people is good enough. No, giving a man a fish feeds him for a day. Showing him where he's allowed to fish without getting a $2,000 fine and 90 days in jail or more, that's what's important. Teaching a man to fish is fine. Helping him to get a license to fish, if he's fucking broke and broken, is not so fine. Expecting a man to fish when he's got no arms, no legs is beyond stupid. I'm sure there's people that'll try. Then you also have to worry about where the fuck are you going to cook it where it's not illegal, or there's not a fire ban, or it's closed down for the season, or any other number of things. Restricted number again. We're taught to put ourselves in women's shoes. We're taught that women in parking lots are going to be paranoid little rabbits because they've been taught to be paranoid little rabbits. They've been taught to exploit everything that they possibly can to play victimized little rabbit if they don't get their way too. So you have to look at it from a very double-edged sword point of view as a male. Yes, if there is absolutely a fear for her life and somebody is actually trying to harm her, then yeah, that's where you're supposed to get involved. What a douchebag. Fucking restricted numbers. So if we don't make the right choice according to you, let's say it's not a skinny woman it happens to, let's say it's a big woman, we're still supposed to get involved. You're just less likely to be supportive of that decision. So we're supposed to play politics with who we help and who we don't, and that's just stupid. We've been taught that we're supposed to protect women and children, even with our own lives. Pretending that every man is taught otherwise is completely wrong. Men are not allowed to get frustrated. If they are frustrated because they're actually being harmed, then a woman just says, oh, look, after I poked him with a stick over and over and over again, he is fucking screaming for fucking help. What a little bitch. All right, cops, see? He's mentally ill. He needs medications. Go fuck yourselves. What you've been taught is how to play victim and how to take advantage of men and how social bias forces us to do shit for you all the fucking time for free while you're ungrateful and tell us how fucking oppressed you are. Don't blame me for rapists. You're the one being a piece of shit. And an ungrateful one at that. When we're victimized, you tell us we got to take care of it ourselves. If you just pretend like you're being victimized, a man is fucking literally victimized until he commits suicide. It's fucking disgusting.